What's up, BriarRabbit here. I don't claim to be a Call of Duty god. Most of my success comes from thinking in a tactical way and learning from my mistakes. After playing this game on Carrier, I thought it was a perfect opportunity to talk about what I did right and what I did wrong so that we can use this opportunity to get better together. So hang on, and after the break, we'll get started. So right off the bat, let's talk about the game type. It's arms race. It plays just like Team Deathmatch. It's just a little easier to build up score streaks. When I play Carrier, I like to control the middle of the map in Team Deathmatch. I find that it's the place with the most action. It provides the most cover against snipers. And what you'll see in this game type is there are an absolute ton of snipers. So I do a pretty good job right off the bat of getting control of this, but I make a mistake right here, and I get out in the open, the guy snipes me out. I get real lucky right here where the game actually spawns me on the side of the enemies, and they're not looking my way. They're looking toward that ramp. I don't like that ramp, right? Yes, it provides a lot of cover, but there are two major flank routes around it. You can go on the left side. If you're facing toward the ramp from the Carrier, on the left side there's that lower platform, and on the right side there's the building you can run through. Either one of those are going to provide plenty of cover for you to flank any snipers on that ramp, and I actually don't find that they're too difficult to flank. If I stick around in the middle of the map, I use the downed airplane as cover for snipers, and every time I reload, you'll see that I actually lay down to give me a little bit more cover, because snipers are very predominant in this map, and it's very difficult to try and run through the middle of the map without using that Harrier as cover. You'll see right there is that guy was on the other side of the map. He saw me. He lines up his shot. He gets me. I was set up for a double kill, but it just doesn't happen. So what I try and do is anytime I run through this line of sight, I try to dive through this to try and give snipers the least opportunity they can to get me. So you'll see a lot of times I actually die from the snipers while I'm getting to this location. But once I'm here, it's a much safer location than I think any other place on the map. Again, right there, that was my fault right there. I could have seen those guys on the minimap. I just couldn't get to them in time. I'll do that again a little later. I'll get into the middle. I'll see some flankers behind me, and instead of trying to get back into cover and taking them out, I run right here. I run out in the middle. I'm a wide open target. Right there, I should have moved back into my cover and taken those snipers out on my own term. Snipers can be very difficult on this map because there's so many long lines of sight, and to be honest with you, it can be hard to see them because it's a darker map, and if the enemy team is in a shadow or something like this, again, here's a bad idea for me. I'm trying to take this guy out from long range. To be honest with you, that was partially because I'm trying to get those long shot medals for the MTAR to complete my gold, but I can't. I'm having trouble getting those things. This is a hard weapon to get long shot medals with for me. So anyway, you'll see right there, again, I try and take a sniper out on his terms. It's just not a good idea. This time it's just unlucky a shotgunner runs up in front of me. Right here, I think that there's a sniper above that plane again, and I lay down to try and get him, and I get shot in the back by a shotgunner. That was just bad planning. But if you'll notice right there, the score was 11-9. I have 11 kills to 9 deaths. That is not a good score, right? But what I do in the last half of this game ends up helping the whole team win and earning me a couple score streaks, which is always fun to use. So right here, I get in a gunfight. I don't know what this guy was thinking because he just forgets about me. Like, we're in a gun battle, and he just forgets about me. I'm not sure what he was doing there. And then I get a sniper. I just get lucky. The guy is just a bad shot. But I have to run out in the open to kill him and get killed for my effort. So again, I'm going to try and get back to the middle of this map. I like the middle of this map. There's a lot of cover there, and it's all about kind of corralling the enemy into their spawn and spawn trapping them, basically. That's what I'm trying to do. If I give the enemy too much time to spread out, then I'm going to get flanked. But if I can stay in here and use the cover to my advantage to spawn trap these enemies, then I'm going to have a lot of luck here. What the enemy is doing really well here is they're spread out, they're not clustered together, and all those snipers coming from all these different angles, they're hard to get covered for, right? It's hard to hide behind cover from 3 different angles, and they're doing a good job at that. I'm still trying to get into this, Harrier in the middle of the map here, and I think that I'm going to die real quick here, and then I'm going to have a little more success. Yeah, I turned my back on their spawn, and that's just a bad idea. That's a huge mistake. So what we have here is, this is a little bit of luck. I just happened to see this guy before he sees me. He's got a shotgun, so, you know, luckily I beat him. I run into the Harriers, and I'm going to pick up a quick two-piece because I happen to be aiming down sight, looking exactly where they're coming from. That I knew where they're spawning, so I know where they're coming from. That is just, you know, that's just being prepared for a gunfight. This guy is just a bad shot. I get lucky here, and I start realizing that I'm working on score streaks, and score streaks really help on this map. Airborne score streaks on Carrier. It's one of the most valuable maps to have the airbornes on. One thing about battling snipers is when you fight snipers, especially quick scopers, what you'll find is they'll often have to stand still to be at all accurate. So they'll be running around, then they'll have to stand still to shoot at you, and they make very easy targets. So when you're moving, it makes it a lot easier to shoot them if you have stock, so that you're moving around, they're standing still, you have an advantage. Yes, they can kill you in one shot, and yes, the hit detection sucks, but there you go. You'll see that I just called in couple of scores, or a Warhog, and the Warhog ends up basically winning this game for us. So while this game doesn't have a great kill ratio to it, it's not something a lot of people would post. I feel like there's a lot to learn here. There's me making a lot of mistakes, letting the enemy flank me. There's me finally kind of getting it together and calling in a score streak to get the final kill cam. And I believe there's a lot to learn here. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit that like button. If you'd like to see more, hit subscribe. Up on the screen right now are a couple of videos you might have missed. On the left is my Astro A50 versus A40 comparison video. I went as in-depth as I could with this. If you guys have any questions about that one, leave comments. On the right-hand side, COD Ghost, Perks, and Create a Class. This was just a make-believe video where I wanted to talk about what I hope to see in COD Ghost. So check that one out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.